thought about it a little bit,
This
then
meeting
you're
is
using
being
your grade
recorded.
math, and that helps. So today is Thursday, June 15th. It's game day, but we also have a math lesson. So I'm going to quickly go through the math lesson. And then after the math lesson, I'm going to give you a chance to play this game that's in your booklet. It's called, you guys should find it right now. It's called Cargo Coordinates, and it's on page 59, and you'll need a pencil for it.
Is it optional or you have to do it?
Do it, Kainoa. And what's with your optional questions? Come on, be game. Give it a try. Here we go. I'm going to share my screen and go through this lesson. So the last lesson in math, we were doing geometry and we were doing classifying triangles. This lesson is 1602, and this time we're classifying quadrilaterals, which is things with four sides. So triangles was three-sided shapes. Now we're doing four-sided shapes. The most important page of this lesson, it kind of takes you through the attributes, and it says, well, just like triangles can be classified based on their sides and their angles, so can quadrilaterals. But on page 5, everybody should open up page 5 right now because it's super important. It actually describes these different types of quadrilaterals. You know what a square is, 4 equal sides. You know what a rectangle is, 2 sets of equal sides, but not 4 equal sides. So what's a rhombus, a parallelogram, and a trapezoid? Well, you might already know that a rhombus is kind of like a kite. It's a quadrilateral that has 4 sides that are equal in length. So all the sides are equal, but it's like you squished the box. So the opposite sides are parallel. This side is parallel to this side. This side is parallel to this side. A rhombus is a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. A rhombus is also a parallelogram because it has 2 pairs of parallel sides. So some of these shapes are 2 things. A rectangle can't be classified as a rhombus because all 4 sides are not the same length. But how about a square? Is a square a rhombus? Let's look at the whole chart. A quadrilateral is a 4-sided shape. If 2 of the sides are equal, it's a trapezoid. If it has 2 sets of parallel sides, you can see this side and this side are not parallel, but in this side they are, then it's a parallelogram. If it's a parallelogram, it could be a rectangle if you have 4 90-degree angles, but if you don't, it's rhombus. And it has to have 4 equal sides. And then there's a square, which is both a rectangle and a rhombus. Tricky. Notice that squares, rectangles, and rhombuses are parallelograms because the opposite sides are parallel and equal. So back to these definitions, and you're going to have to go back to this several times. A trapezoid is anything with 4 sides. It doesn't matter if they're the same or if they're different. The shape below could not be classified as a trapezoid because it doesn't have any parallel sides. Oh, I'm sorry. A trapezoid has to have 1 pair of parallel sides. Ooh, Ms. Laws did actually not know that, I have to tell you. So these little arrows show that the sides are exactly parallel. Those lines, if they continued, would never meet. This one doesn't have any parallel sides, so it's not a trapezoid. Interesting, but it is a quadrilateral, but not a trapezoid. I did not know that because these lines, if you continued this line and this line, they would eventually cross. A parallelogram then is a little bit different because it's got 2 sets of parallel lines, not just 1. So trapezoid has 1, parallelogram has 2. All the shapes to the right are parallelograms because they have 2 sets of parallel lines. This one is not because it is it's a trapezoid because it only has 1 set of parallel lines. Then we have rectangles. We know about rectangles. They have 4 right angles in the inside. So all the corners are exactly square. It has 2 sets of parallel sides, so it's also a parallelogram. But it doesn't have 4, well, it can have 4 equal sides. Then it's a square as well as a rectangle. So all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. Okay. The next one is the rhombus, which we already went over. And it's got 4 sides that are equal in length. The opposite sides are parallel, and it's quadrilateral. A rectangle cannot be classified as a rhombus, but a square can. So rhombus has 4 equal sides, and 2 sets of equal or parallel lines. So this is tricky. You're going to have to look over this, look over this, look over this as you do the quiz for tomorrow on page 8. So here's the quiz. You're going to have to look back on page 5 as you're taking the quiz and make sure that you're looking at those definitions and have figured out how to classify rectangles. Any questions about that lesson? If you have problems with it, come back and talk to me about it, but it's really just learning those vocabulary words, quadrilateral, trapezoid, rhombus. It's not like computation or anything, so give it a try. In the meantime, I don't think we're going to do that today, although I'll make enough breakout rooms that if you want to do that, you can. The other thing that I would like you to try, though, is in your notebook. So please look in your notebook right now. On page 59, it says cargo coordinates. And it's called Cargo Coordinates Enrichment Activity. To play this game, you need 2 players. It says to cut out the pieces, 4 light ships and 4 dark ships, but you don't have to. You can.
Wait, what number?
If you want to cut them out, you can. It's like Battleship. So it's got the little ships that you can cut out down here. And then you are supposed to put them on there. And then what you're going to do is take turns. One player will be light ships. The other player will be dark ships. You're supposed to have 2 boards and you're supposed to not show each other. So this works well because you can't see each other. If you don't want to cut them out though, what I'd recommend is you just take and make the little ships. So one of them takes up 1 square. So I'm actually just going to show you what I mean. So like if I make mine take up 2 squares, they have to be right on the dot. So if I put my little 1 square one right here, I'm going to make a little ship and give it a little sail. And I'm just going to draw it on the map. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to make my little tour. Oh, there's 2 that are just 1. Amazing. It's not really just 1, is it? I guess it is just 1. All right, the other one is just a 1 or 2. I'm going to put it near that one. Don't show anybody where you're putting your ships, but you should be putting your ships on your thing, either cutting them out if you have scissors, gluing them on, which you can do like this. I think I'll glue the next one on. So you can cut them out like this. You guys need to be doing this to get ready for the game.
It's lost.
Yes.
I lost my notebook.
So you can actually play, Christian, if you can make yourself a graph paper. So if you grab a piece of paper like this, or do you have lined paper, Christian?
Yes.
Do you have graph paper?
I don't know.
If you have lined paper, just make some more lines, okay? This one only has 10 marks. So all you have to do is take your piece of paper like this with the lines on it and number it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you need to make the lines this way. So Christian, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like this, Christian. You're going to make your own graph paper and then you can put your ships on it.
Oh.
So get going making yourself a piece of graph paper.
Ooh,
Just has to have 10 lines.
what number does it go to?
10.
Okay.
So honestly, I just made one myself. I'm done with it. It's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And
Right?
after you do 10 lines too?
Uh-huh. Well, if it has the 10 down the side, then you just do 10 lines and put the things on it. And then you have to add your ships. So I'm in the process of adding my ships now. You can draw your ships on. You have 2 that take up just 1 spot. Make sure you're putting the dot right on a coordinate so that somebody can call it out. Like my first one is on 3, 2. Play with me, then you're going to know where it is because I just showed you. Now I'm going to glue this on, and when I glue it on, I'm going to make sure that the dots, let me showcase this for you so that you can see what to do. I see people sitting there doing nothing. Amadi, where's your book? Go get it. Okay. So when I glue this one on, I want to make sure that the dots are ending up right on the spots. Okay? So that I know where they are. So now I've got this so that if somebody called out this coordinate and this coordinate, I could find it. Okay. And Christian, when you're ready, I'll tell you how many ships you have. You have only 4, 2 that are 1 spot, 1 that is 2 spots, and 1 that is 3 spots. That's all you've got. So I'm going to make 1 more ship that's 3 spots. So I think I'll put it here. Oh no, it's 2 spots, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Get your ships on your board so that you're ready to play, and then make sure you have a colored pen to mark whether or not you've hit or missed. Okay. So here's the deal. When you make guesses, you're going to want to put them onto the board, but in a like a light color, like maybe if you have a light color like an orange or a yellow, you should put your guesses in orange or yellow. And then like that. So let me show you how to play while you guys are getting your board set up. Muddy, guess where my ship is.
B3.
B3 is a miss. Okay, I'm not going to write anything on my board because you didn't hit my ship. Now I'm going to make a guess. And when I make my guess, I'm going to mark it on my board so I know I've guessed that spot. So let me just pretend that you have one ready, Amadi, and I'm going to say a guess. Let me say 2, 6. Hit or miss? Hit. Okay, so I was all ready to mark my miss, but I'm going to mark my hit. So 2, 6 is a hit. I'm going to go to 2 and up to 6, and I'm going to put a big H on there so that I know it's a hit. So I know I've hit him once. Now I know that his ship is going to either be, oh, and you have to tell me if I sink it. Did I sink it? Was it a oneer?
No.
No, I didn't sink it. So my next guess I'm going to make is going to be here or here or here or here, so I can see if I take that ship out. So everybody grab your boards. It doesn't take that long to get them set up. You need 4 ships on there, Christian. So I'll put that in the chat. You need, so this is page 61 where your board is. And you have to put on 4 ships. 2 that are only 1 dot. 1 that is 2 dots, and 1 that is 4. Is it 4 dots? No, 3 dots. 3 dots. Okay. Then get 2 colored pens. 1 for marking you miss, and another color if you hit. Only mark your own guesses unless your partner hits your ship. Then mark the hit. Okay? Tell people if they sink your ship. All right, so who's ready to go? So like, yeah, so like, for example, if Amadi guessed again, let's say he actually guessed 3, 2. So if I go to 3, 2 on my board, 1, 2, 3 over and 2 up, uh-oh, he hit my ship. So if he hit and sunk my ship, I'm going to put a big X mark, meaning that ship is dead. And I'm going to say, oh, you sunk my ship, one of my oneers. And he's going to know he sunk one. So he won't guess these things around it because he's already sunk that one. That makes sense?
Can you put the boats wherever you want, or?
You can put the boats wherever you want. Just don't tell your partner where they are, okay?
Okay.
So this is the game of Battleship. If you ever buy the actual game of Battleship, and you hide your ships and then you try to guess each other's. The hardest part is when you're guessing again. So let me show you again how that works. When I'm looking at my board, the only time I'm going to mark Amadi's guesses is if he hits my ships. If I guess, let's say I'm guessing for his ships and I guess where one of my ships is, like 3, 2, I'm going to use my other color to mark that I've guessed that. So let's say I'm guessing and I did a hit, but let's say I already guessed this one. I'm going to do a little check mark. I guessed here, and then I finally guess here, and it's a miss. I'm just going to put a check so that I don't guess the same guesses. So every time you make a guess, you're going to want to check it off to say, oh, I did that one. Oh, I did that one. Oh, I did that one. So that these checks are your guesses. And the only time you mark your friends' guesses is if they hit something. Does that make sense? It's a little bit tricky. Let me show you one more time. If I were playing this with, I'm still going to use Amadi. So let's say, Amadi, go ahead and guess a guess, and I'll let everybody watch. So he can't see my board, but we'll just have him guess a guess, and I'll show you how I mark it.
8, 5.
8.
5.
So here's 8, and I go up to 5, and he missed, and I just say miss. I don't write anything on the board because he missed. Now I'm going to guess one. I'm going to say, well, I'll say 8, 5. 8, 5, Amadi. Is that a hit or a miss?
Miss.
Okay, so then I go to 8, 5, and I mark it that I guessed it and that it was a miss. Now let's say I guess one of his that's, or go ahead and guess again, Amadi. This time guess a hit. Like, how about this one?
1, 6, 1.
6, 1, hit. So if he hits it, I got to mark that he hit it. And I say, oh, you sunk another one of my boats, you stinker. All right, I marked that he hit it. Now I'm going to guess, and let's say I say 2, 9, and he says hit. Oh, I'm going to go up, and I need to mark that I hit it. So I go to 2, 9, and I make an H to show that I've hit something. Okay, now I know that I'm going to need to guess around there to try to hit the other ones. Does that make sense? And when somebody sinks the last ship, all 4 ships, then they've won the battle. All right.
4 ships?
So today, if you're not going to play the game, you need to do 16.0, what is this, 2, I think, 16.02, the quadrilateral lesson. Especially page 5, right? Pay attention to page 5. Otherwise, I want to pair you guys up so that we have partners playing the battleship game. So who's got their battleship game ready to go?
I have the page ready.
You're getting it ready? Okay. How
I
about
have mine all set up.
Okay. Let's do Kainoa and Javen since you're ready. Let's put you guys in a breakout room. Create, assign automatically, but I'm going to move Kainoa and Javen to the
I
same room.
have a question. What are the available ships?
There's 4 ships. 2 of them have 1, just 1 spot. And one of them has 2, and one of them has 3. And I put that in the chat, buddy, in case you need it. So there's 4 ships. Let me see where I put that because where did it go? Here we go. Okay, so I'm putting that back in the chat. Who else is ready to play with Amadi in just a minute? That's not it. Who is eating chips? Is that Eli? Eli, do you have your board set up?
No, that's Amadi.
Is it Amadi?
Oh, no, that's Javen.
Not Amadi. Okay, Kainoa, go with Javen to your, oh, it's not open. Never mind. Okay, so I'm going to put, who else has a board ready? Christian, are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Okay, so Christian and Amadi, I'll send you guys to a room together. Whenever you're ready. It might take Amadi a minute to get ready, but then you guys can play. How about Bree and Amoy? Are you guys ready to play? Brianna, did you make a board? Or Eli and Amoy? Eli, are you there?
No, he's watching YouTube.
I don't have my notebooks with me because they're at my dad's house, and I usually do my work on my Chromebook.
Okay, but Amoy, did you watch me make a board? It takes about 2 seconds to whip up a board. Get a piece of paper, draw 10 lines one way and 10 lines the other way. Put 3 boats on it. I mean, 4 boats. So you go on to the paper and actually put a dot and you make a little boat. And you know it's there. You put a dot.
All right, I got all of my boats ready.
Okay, you're ready to go? I think Christian's ready. So, Amoy, do it like this, where you just draw the boats on. Okay? So who doesn't have a partner? So Christian and Amadi, I'm going to open up your room. Javen and Kaino, I'm going to open up your room. Eli, what's going on with you? Bree, what's going on with you? Because I need a partner for Amoy and Amadi. Amadi, do you have a partner? You do. Yeah, you're with Christian, so go ahead and go. Okay, Eli and Amoy, what's going on, Eli? We need you here. Start your video. You're being lazy, buddy. Javen, why are you
Said that he's not gonna
Kainoa said he's not going to play.
Yeah.